Jedi Survivor is actually here. EA have officially kicked off their marketing campaign for the long-awaited title from Respawn Entertainment, and with that comes a whole lot of information about the game. Everything from the release date, the pre-order bonuses, information on gameplay, planets, locations, cosmetics, the gameplay reveal information. We have all of those things to get to today. It's an exciting time, and it's honestly really refreshing to have something actually happen for Star Wars games, finally. Now, I waited just a little bit longer after all the information was dumped, as when this stuff happens, usually other stuff tends to follow. And I'm glad that I waited, because this video now has literally everything you need to know about what's going on with this game, all the new details. So let's not waste time and let's dive on in, as there is a ton to get to in this video. So Jedi Survivor's marketing has kicked off, which coincides with the leaks that we've been discussing recently. EA, Star Wars, and Lucasfilm Games made it official that the game's gameplay reveal will be taking place at the Game Awards on December 8th. So just a couple days away now. This announcement also brought out a ton of information about the game, because Steam decided to jump the gun, as they often do, and release even more information about the game than intended. The first of those being the release date of the game. As you can see here, March 15th looks to be the release date of Jedi Survivor. We always speculated that it was going to come out in March sometime, but it looks like the 15th is going to be the day. I expect this to be 100% legit. It makes perfect sense, and I don't see that just being a placeholder or anything. Otherwise, it probably wouldn't have got taken down as quickly as it did. So Jedi Survivor, March 15th, lock that in your calendars. Now, we also got our first look at some pre-order bonuses for the game that give us an idea on how this game is going to work in terms of customization and the blaster gameplay. Because if you couldn't tell by now, Cal will be mixing his lightsaber and blaster in this game, which is going to revolutionize the gameplay and make it significantly different from Fallen Order. So as you can see here, if you pre-purchase the game now, you can land yourself some really cool skins for Cal, as well as BD1 and his blaster and lightsaber. You've got the Scoundrel cosmetic, essentially just a Han Solo skin, and one for BD1 to go with it, and you can get the DL44 blaster, which of course is Han's blaster. You can also get a Rebel Hero cosmetic, which is of course Luke's outfit from the end of A New Hope, an R2-D2 inspired skin for BD1, and what looks to be a semi-accurate replicant of Luke's lightsaber. It doesn't seem exactly the same. That's probably for canon reasons though. We also have a look at a pre-purchase bonus, which includes a Hermit cosmetic for Cal, which I really like, as well as a lightsaber and combustion blaster. This is clearly an Obi-Wan Kenobi inspired skin, which is interesting, as there have been rumors of Obi-Wan actually being in this game, and I mean, he was actually in the first Fallen Order if we want to get technical. And we do know this game takes place around the time of the Obi-Wan Kenobi show as well. So this could be a little hint at Obi-Wan's appearance in the game, maybe. Now, we also had some extra details revealed about the game before they were taken down as well. These detail what we can expect from the game, so I'll go through them all and we can decipher what it all could mean. When talking about Cal's journey, it says, no longer a Padawan, Cal has come into his own and grown into a powerful Jedi Knight. Carrying memories and expectations of the Jedi Order with him, his crusade against the Empire has only become more perilous. The dark times are closing in, and with enemies new and familiar surrounding him, Cal will need to decide how far he's willing to go to save those closest to him. So it's interesting there that they say that Cal has become very powerful. In the first game, he obviously got his cheeks clapped by Vader as he was still quite young. This time around, I expect he'd fight Vader again and probably put up more of a fight this time. Now, in terms of progression and gameplay, this is what was said. The cinematic combat system returns with additional force abilities and new lightsaber fighting styles. Creatively leverage all these abilities and weapons to strategically take on an expanded host of enemies, sizing up strengths and weaknesses while cleverly utilizing your training to overcome opponents and solve the mysteries that lie in your path. So it's fair to assume that the gameplay is going to be fairly different, but also somewhat familiar to the first game. Of course, throw the blaster into the equation, and this is really going to spruce up the gameplay a considerable amount. Obviously, as Cal is clearly stated to be more powerful in this game, it's possible that some of the abilities he'll be able to do are going to be pretty insane. Now, lastly, when it comes to exploration of the galaxy, and I'm really excited about this part, it says, explore an untamed galaxy, discover new planets and familiar frontiers in the Star Wars galaxy, each with unique biomes, challenges, and enemies. Master new skills, equipment, and abilities that will augment the ways you explore, fight, and roam. with larger areas to explore and more to discover off the beaten path. Players who adventure beyond the horizon will find hidden rewards. So this sounds really cool. Of course, in the first game, it was a linear map design, but you could stray off the path and end up going down mazes of tombs and get lost for hours. It seems that that is going to return again, just on a larger scale. Keep in mind, this game is a next-gen exclusive title, so the game is capable of going much bigger than its predecessor. Keep in mind, the file size for this game is absolutely huge, as we can also see that on the specs list. Now, note that it does say discover new planets and familiar frontiers. Whether this means new planets entirely or new planets in the form of comparison to Fallen Order is hard to gauge. We of course know that Fallen Order created 2 new planets for the game specifically, those being Zepho and Bogano. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple planets that we've never seen before in Star Wars in Jedi Survivor, but we do know that Coruscant will be in this game in some way because we've seen it in the trailers. This could be the familiar frontier that the description mentioned. Exploring Coruscant would be unreal in this game. Like, imagine being able to go to the ruins of the Jedi Temple or something with Cal. Of course, he does have that Force Echo ability which allows him to access information of past events through touching things. Imagine he touches, I don't know, a wall in the Jedi Temple and we get a flashback sequence of Order 66 or something. I think that'd be really cool to see. We of course did see Order 66 in the first game, and it was maybe the best sequence of the entire game as it was handled so well. Either way though, I can't wait to explore the planets and locations Survivor has in store for us. We should find out what those planets and locations are in just a couple days. Now, from the key art, a lot of people are trying to decipher what is the planet that Cal is on. Some people say it's Dathomir, some people say it's a new planet. I personally think that this is a new planet. I wouldn't be entirely surprised to see Dathomir in this game though. Keep in mind, Merrin is a part of the Stinger Mantis crew. She is of course a Dathomir Night Sister, so that wouldn't come as a surprise. But as for this location specifically, I don't think this is Dathomir. Now, note in the key art, there also seems to be some kind of exploding moon or planet in the sky. Whether this is just part of the graphics design, I don't know. But maybe we'll be getting an early look into Death Star technology of them blowing up moons or something. I'm spitballing with this, but the speculation is always a little bit fun. So yeah, Jedi Survivor, this game is looking more and more promising the more we find out about it. I am yet to see even one red flag with this game, which is very rare these days. The first Fallen Order was one of the best Star Wars games ever made, and it looks like they're really building off that and making this one something special, taking it to the next level. So guys, what do you think of Survivor's official reveals? Are you excited to see some gameplay in a couple days? Let me know in the comments below. Drop a like on the video if you found it interesting and are hyped for Survivor. Of course, subscribe to the channel for everything regarding this game. I'm going to be following it very, very closely. But that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching and take care.